We've been hearing it all year. Some of it may be from Lions fans who always hated Jamo. Let's be real about it. Like, some people have had an agenda against Jameson Williams, but even before he got the second contract. Some people, and Spinney, I think you're the one that brought this up, a lot of it's more the degenerates, the gamblers, the fantasy football players,
that's
guys that have invested not just time in Jameson Williams, but money in Jameson Williams, so they feel a certain way when he doesn't put up the numbers they're expecting week by week by week. And here is our guy, our offensive coordinator, Johnny Moe, kind of explaining what's going on in those situations.
But you have been able to get some stuff underneath. How much does Jameson really play a role in that? What he's been able to do to kind of open things up.
I mean, he's got certain plays, and whether it gets called in the game, it just depends on what they're doing. Like I said, we have to adapt and see what they're doing. And, I mean, they played a lot of more zone last week, like too high. They really didn't do that. I think that's a Jameson effect. I mean, there's a lot of weapons. And so they changed it up a little bit and took a little bit of his throws away. But listen, every game's different, like I told you guys. Everybody's got a certain amount of plays. There's a lot of guys that got to try to get the ball. I was feeling Saint last week, rightfully so, right? And he helped us win that game. Like I said, I don't care what the coverage is. I'm going to call his number. He's reliable. And the quarterback knows that too. But I think with Jameson out there, there's a big threat out there, and teams are just playing a little bit different.
This is very big picture.
I've been telling you guys this all week, and it's not just like just watch the game. Even if you don't have access to the tape or stuff like that, you can watch the game. Mm-hmm. There's an extra safety back there for Jameson Williams. It's a cover two, a deep cover two, because that guy can score at any given moment.
You can't cover him one-on-one.
You can't. And just like Johnny Moe said, hey, in those situations, we're going to draw up stuff for Amon-Ra St. Brown because he's pretty fucking good too. Mm-hmm. It's just not like it's unless you have the agenda, or unless you, and I'm not even going to call you names, unless you just don't understand football sometimes. You want to win the game at the end of the day. We're not going to force numbers for the sake of your betting account. We're not going to force numbers for the sake of your fantasy team. We're going to pass the ball to the open guy depending on what the defense is giving us. If the defense is playing two deep safeties and we have a guy named Amon-Ra St. Brown who happens to be an all-pro, yards of the catch leader for the past 2-3 years, maybe even since he entered the fucking league, we're going to go with those guys. If you have a Sam Laporta who's running underneath and has a linebacker covering him, we're probably going to go to that guy. Mm-hmm. It's common sense football stuff. Don't get caught up in the fantasy stuff. Don't get caught up in the betting. I know we do it here too. We're taking JMOs over. Just don't then. Don't. Because it's not going to happen every time. And the other thing too, Dan Campbell said this, I think, last week. They get a lot of unscouted looks, meaning they'll watch the team's games heading into their game against them. And they'll say, okay, well, they've been doing a lot of cover 3 here. They've been doing a lot of man coverage. Come actual game time, they're doing something completely different. Yeah. And it makes sense. I listened to Steve Spagnuolo's press conference today talking about the Detroit Lions offense. They're like, what do you do? He's like, you got to pick one and commit to it every other play. They got so many game breakers. You can't really – there's not really a way to cover them all the time. You just got to get to the quarterback.
You can't game plan for anybody on the Lions offense.
You can't.
Because then the other people will burn you.
Yeah.
But the one that people do is J-Mo because he'll burn you faster than anybody else. Amon-Ra's a death by 1,000 cuts. J-Mo's a shotgun shell to the head. He is one catch, touchdown. And so, he's the DJ Reader of our offense to where he is drawing the double team every single play. So the other guys around him, you're seeing Amon-Ra St. Brown in single coverage. Do you think if Amon-Ra St. Brown played on, I would say 80% of the other teams in the National Football League, he would have single coverage? He's that big of a threat. And they know that, hey, all right, if we're going to take one thing away from these guys, we can't let this dude score 70-yard touchdowns on us every drive.
I'm sick of the abuse J-Mo has to take on social media from these fantasy footballers, these gamblers, and some of the fans too. It shouldn't be something because he's already pretty much a humble guy. I like the fact that he is not bitching for these targets, knowing he can be getting them. And by the way, they'd be forced. By the way, too, he's not necessarily wide open. There's 2 safeties over there for a reason. Stop, because I think you guys are putting that shit in his head that he's maybe I'm not getting enough target. Don't do that. We're winning football games. At least from the Detroit Lions fans' perspective, like, just let it fucking be.
Yeah, I couldn't
Who fucking
imagine
cares? He's out there
complaining about-
blocking, opening shit up. Like, we're winning games.
Yeah.
We're scoring 30 points a fucking game. Sorry, go ahead and say what you said.
I couldn't imagine complaining about the best offense in football. Like, hey, you have the number one offense in the National Football League. He's not scoring enough touchdowns. Okay, dude.
Sorry, Spanny, I thought you were done. Possibly the best offense of all time.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here? This is ridiculous. Like, honestly, obviously, people are always gonna bitch. Bitch. People love bitching. People love yapping about God knows nothing. This offense literally, was a dud in week 1. This offense could be putting up 42 points a game. Like 43 points a game. 40-plus points a game. That is what this Detroit Lions offense basically has been the last 4 weeks. If you're complaining about Jameson Williams' lack of usage, you just truly don't see what's happening with the Detroit Lions offense.
You're an idiot. If you're complaining about Jameson Williams' lack of usage and you don't have insane amounts of money riding on him, then you're an idiot.
And guess what? I drafted Jameson Williams in fantasy football. I ain't bitching. The Lions are 4-1 with the best offense on track of all time. It was a risk. The Lions have a lot of mouths to feed on offense, and they will feed the one that is the most open, ready to roll at all times. And Jameson Williams allows a lot of other players throughout to get open, to have space, to win a one-on-one more specifically. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens day in and day out. And then you obviously saw Laporta just, win off against Cincy. A lot of it, J-Mo, getting a lot of love on D. So that's why.
It's going to be week from week, man. We did the same thing with Sam Laporta. Matter of fact, Sam Laporta had a game 1. Where'd he go? Gone. Absent. Couldn't find him until last week. Sam Laporta had another game. And in that span of time, Jameson Williams had a game. Like, just keep that stuff in mind. Jameson Williams is going to have his game. He's going to put on the defense that's stupid enough to not have 2 deep safeties out there. A defense that's stupid enough to think, hey, we have one guy who's going to stick with Jameson Williams. No, you don't. I don't think anybody does. It's not a thing unless you're knocking him off his route because we're very much a timing offense. J-Mo's going to get his. You just have to be careful when you play some money for it to happen if you don't want to be upset. Jeff?
Yeah. So I listened to J-Mo and both Amon-Ra speak, and it's like J-Mo's not even worried about it. So, like, if he's not worried about it, why are you all worried about it? Like, if he's not worried about himself getting the ball, then why is everyone else worried about it? Like, he already knows, like, they brought up, do you recognize the safety that's over top? Yes, he knows he has that safety helping the corner every single play. So, of course, like, he knows, like, I'm probably not going to get the ball. Especially when, he's kind of there. He's the fast guy, speed. So it's like, take the top off the defense. Well, it can't happen every game. These defenses are designing their scheme to take that away from them. Because, like, one thing that Amon-Ra mentioned was the big plays is what kills you in this league. So, of course, they're going to try to take away the big play. Nobody wants, if they can, dunk and dime it down the field. And,
exactly.
That's okay.
Like an Amon-Ra catch, we can catch you in a third down situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or get you on it in a fourth down and force you to a field goal. A Jameson Williams catches a touchdown. It's just
right away.
2 different things.
60 yards to the house, 60 seconds.
Yes. It's just not even the same, man. Let's go to break. I want to save enough time for Red Wings talk. However, the Detroit Lions injury report is
getting bigger.
Yeah, getting bigger. Getting interesting. I also reached out to